Earlier, there was a model before machines where people could trade and life was very slow and things didn't happen. Nobody grew very fast. Then came the age of the machines whereby you could increase human productivity, labor productivity, capital productivity, increase intensity of trade, people's income went up, health went up, longevity went up, and that's a different world. And now you have the internet. The earlier business model was to centralize production, and producers could reach consumers through the creation of a supply chain, right? So after Ford had his assembly plant, you could make cars and sell them to the supply chain, to dealers, to warehouses, shipping, banking, services, etc., to consumers who were all around the world. And that led to the rise of globalization, right? But there was a supply chain, but the producer and the consumer supply chain. China is the producer of the world, sells in America, sells in Europe, there's a supply chain, right? So the producers were not connected directly to the consumers who could be anywhere in the world. But if you have the internet, a technology platform, 7 billion people on this planet could connect to each other asynchronously at a time of their choosing, provided they have a smart device with a cheap data plan. So the accumulated knowledge of humankind for the last 5,000 years is available on the web, in the internet today. The power in the earlier era and in the industrial era was in knowledge. Knowledge earlier was oral transmission, education 1.0. Then you had education 2.0, where you had the factory model of educating people in large classes, but knowledge was in books, knowledge was in the minds of the professors. So you required professors, you required teachers, you had classes, the professors came and talked to everybody, you wrote down the notes, passed an exam, and that was the society that created. Why? Because knowledge was limited. So with the internet, the accumulated knowledge of humankind is available to everybody, and then you can query that information. All you need to do is to type into Google and ask a query, and you get answers. You get information. There is information. The best lectures, the best professors are available in free videos. Flipped classrooms are available. There are thousands of people who answer queries, anything that you want, like Quora or whatever websites that are there. Then you've got Coursera and others where the material is freely available. And what does it mean? It means, finally, we have created one huge virtual world where people can connect with each other. And this connection means e-commerce can come. Somebody sitting far away can deal with consumers somewhere and connect directly, doing away with the middleman and the supply chain. Globally, the supply chain takes away more value addition than the manufacturer ever enjoys, and the consumer pays a heavy price. Now, with e-commerce coming in, the buyer and the sellers can connect to each other and they can sell. So a small handloom weaver in Varanasi can sell to me in Bangalore, I could sell it to you in Delhi, could sell to you in New York, and to get the price that you want. And they can do the design that you want. So the internet has created a free flow of information and knowledge. E-commerce, it has connected people to give them, empower them. So nobody can suppress news. If you cannot have a Tiananmen Square again, any news that happened immediately is out. Like Prime Minister Modi said, the political class is judged every minute today on Twitter. And if you're on Twitter, news can spread, rumors can spread, false news can spread, everything can spread. So free flow of information, and that is another exciting phenomena for human empowerment. And then you have medical science, knowledge about medical science, entertainment, tourism, everything being available on the web. And this has led to something called Industry 4.0. You had Industry 1.0, which came because of the industrial era. You had Industry 2.0, which came because of Ford Motors assembly line. Before the assembly line, you had machines, human beings went and put the parts all around the place, and then you produced goods. Then you had the assembly line, where you stood still, there was an assembly line moving, and all the parts were put there, you could produce, productivity went up. Then you had Industry 3.0, when you had CNC machines, programmable logical controllers, so you could program the machine to repeat the task automatically without resetting. Now we have Industry 4.0, where you build sensors, you build artificial intelligence and machine learning, etc., and all that making the machine understand various situations and change the product runs. Earlier, you need to have large product runs. Now you could have bespoke product runs. So you led to rise to 4.0.